Welcome to the Fab Female Nutrition Podcast, episode 158. Hey there, I'm your host Wendy Hill, and I'm a nutritional therapist and expert in female hormone health. I specialise in helping women gain confidence and understanding their bodies, allowing them to shine. This podcast allows me to share the knowledge I've built up, along with bringing you guest experts to support you in your journey. Hey guys, how are you feeling this week? So we're kind of all back to normal now. Some holidays are over. I know lots of you have got kids who have gone back to school and stuff. And I know that September often feels like a bit of a new year and a new start. And that's what really prompted this week's podcast episode, is that whole kind of new year thoughts. And I've had lots of conversations with friends over recent weeks around health and well-being and healthy diet and looking after themselves. And a few of my friends have turned around to me and said, well, you won't see much of us over the next few weeks because we're going to be staying in because, you know, we've had a bit of an excess over the holidays and we want to start looking after ourselves. And I'm like, I get it. I do get it. I get it. I understand that sometimes there needs to be a point where it makes you look at your health differently. But I'm going to be honest. And this week is a little bit of a tough love episode, guys. So strap yourselves in. Time for a few home truths. It really annoys me when people say to me, I am going to start on Monday. I am going to start next month. I have recently literally just closed the doors to my transformation program. It's a wonderful program, 28 days. If you've missed it now, I'm really sorry. The next one is not going to be till next year. But I've had a few conversations with people about it who've said to me, I'm thinking about joining your transformation program. I'm not really sure, blah, 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 blah. I've got a few things on. Can I do it? And invariably, they find a reason that they can't do it. There will be a family wedding going on. There will be a night out with their friends that they've got to do. There's a holiday in the middle of it. And you know what? Honestly, it's just excuses. Whatever it is that you want to tell yourself that is going to get in the way, that is up to you. But actually, it is just an excuse. And people do this all of the time. Do you honestly believe that I only eat really healthily all the time? And so therefore, I get up on a Monday morning and I go, oh, well, you know what? I'm going out for dinner on Wednesday with Tony, and I'm meeting some friends on Friday, so I might as well just eat crap all week. I don't, do I? I don't think I've got a holiday. I'm going to go on holiday, and you know what? When I'm on holiday, all rules out the window. I'm just going to eat everything that comes my way. Chips every day for every meal. I'm going to have wine for breakfast. No, I don't, do I? And the honest thing is I don't eat healthily all the time either. If I want chips, I'm going to have chips. I probably wouldn't have wine for breakfast. But the point I'm making is, or I'm trying to make here, is if you look for it, there is always a reason not to start things. And if you look for it, there is always a reason to do things to excess. And actually, the healthy people that I know, and I would class myself hopefully within that group, just make better decisions most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time. I think part of the problem is that people become a little bit overwhelmed by the change. So it's almost like, and this is a conversation that I have quite a lot as well, and I've done podcast episodes about this as well, is that almost, if I can't be perfect, I'm not going to do it at all. So, you know, the same as when I talk to people about the transformation program, or where I'm talking about healthy eating or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, but you know, I'll start next week, because then next week I'll be on it and I'll be able to have the headspace for it and I'll be able to think about it. And you're like, well, why not just not like now? Or why not start tomorrow? What are you going to have for breakfast tomorrow? Oh, well, you know what? I've got those Pop-Tarts in the freezer. I need to eat those first. Well, do you? do you really, why couldn't you just have a nice egg for breakfast? Have you got eggs in the house? Yeah. Well, haven't you got to eat the eggs? Why don't you have eggs for breakfast instead? And it is this whole kind of perfection thing where, I'm going to start, and when I start, I'm going to have everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to have the best breakfast, the best lunch, the best evening meal. I'm going to exercise every single day. I'm going to cut out all of the alcohol. I'm going to have no sugar. I'm going to stop caffeine completely tomorrow. And it's just overwhelming. It's too big of a thing to do. And you're making this out to be a huge change in what you're doing. And therefore, that gives you another reason not to start, because you don't have the headspace, you don't have the time to chop all those veggies and make your own hummus, you don't have the food in the house that you need to eat, the family don't like it. You've got to start making all these excuses because you're making it out to be such a whole big deal, instead of just saying, actually, I'm just going to order something better for lunch today. I'm going to have a better breakfast. I'm not going to eat that half a packet of crisps or half a packet of biscuits. I'm actually going to drink one less cup of coffee tomorrow. The thing is, guys, is every single healthy decision you make is a good one. Every single healthy decision that you make is an investment into your future health and well-being. That is how I see, not only makes me feel better now, I'll be honest, when I eat better and exercise more and drink less, it makes me feel better, healthier. I can do more things. I enjoy life more. But not only that, I know that it's an investment in my future health. If I look after my body now, it's going to look after me in future years. Yoga is an investment into my flexibility. Broccoli is an investment into my future liver health. All of these things are investments into my future health. If I started to talk to you about money instead of health, and I said to you, right, how much money are you going to be spending next week? You wouldn't necessarily go on holiday and go, I'm just going to spend without thinking about it. You wouldn't wake up every day and just spend all the money that you have. You budget. You say, well, actually, I'm not, we're not going out this weekend because we're saving, or, maybe I don't spend as much in the week as I do at the weekends, but you have that balance. You don't spend, you're not mortgaged up to the hill and spending every single penny that you have now, because that, in future life, your earning potential not be what it is. You want to retire at some point and you want some money in the savings, and your health is like that. We start to think about it a bit more like that and say, well, actually, if I just eat better today, that's like not saving a little bit of money, not spending all that money. It's an investment in your future health so that you can then draw down on it when you need it, instead of just going hell for leather. And it doesn't have to be huge changes. Just a simple change can make all of the difference. And believe me, when you make one little change, you are likely to make another little healthy change because you feel better for it. So today, like I said, short and sweet, really short and sharp episode is, I just really want you to think about those conversations that you have with yourself. Think about those conversations that you have with other people. And if you are always making an excuse and finding a reason for not making a healthier choice, is it because you are making it this huge, huge thing that it doesn't need to be? That actually the one thing that you can do is make one better decision. Just do something today which was better than yesterday, and you are making a healthier choice. It is not about perfection. I am not perfect. People perfect. Who wants to be perfect? Actually, what we want to do is feel better and enjoy life. And there is a balance. And if you just start to make that change and make that investment in you, you will feel the benefit. That's it. That's all I've got to say this week. So perhaps go away and think about what you're going to have for tea. Add a little bit of broccoli to invest in your future liver health. I'll see you all next week. thank you for watching this excerpt of this week's Fab Female Nutrition podcast. If you'd like to listen to the full episode, then the link is in the notes below.